Hi friends, today I wanted to share with you SweatBlock. This is their maximum clinical protection deodorant. It is meant for anybody who suffers from excessive sweating, so it's to help control that. It is a deodorant that you use just once every 7 days. Years ago, I had a good friend while in college who unfortunately, just naturally, she suffered from excessive sweating. It's just a genetic thing that she was unfortunately born with. And while she didn't suffer from the excessive odor that usually pairs with excessive sweating, she hated that she always had pit stains. So I remember at that time, kind of mind blowing, that she had been trying some clinical over the medicated deodorant that prevented her from sweating. I'd never heard of it before. And to be honest, I haven't really seen it ever since. But had a good friend who had introduced me to this again, the SweatBlock. It's their maximum clinical protection. It's meant to help control that excessive sweating. So I have 7 children, 5 of whom are teenage boys, and we have one who sweats a little bit more and doesn't really enjoy the pit stains. And again, who does, right? Nobody wants to look at them. You don't want to be photographed with them. So we found this again from a friend. We figured we'd give it a try. So let's just open it up here. Probably should have used some scissors, but again, this is meant for somebody who sweats excessively. So, a little surprising because I was expecting it to come in, your usual little container that holds your usual stuff, but this is SweatBlock, and it's actually a liquid, so that surprises me as well. But again, it's not your usual deodorant. This is something that we're going to use only once a week, every 7 days. Basically, what they want you to do is to first shower, make sure that your underarms, that your armpits are nice and clean, especially dry. Please don't use this if your skin's irritated, if you have any kind of rash or cuts or anything, do not use this. But again, make sure that you've showered, make sure that your pits are dry, your armpits are dry, that there's no excess moisture. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and just roll this on. So let's go ahead and open it. One of the main ingredients in this too is witch hazel, which I know witch hazel is being a mom, right, bringing home 7 newborn babies throughout the years. Witch hazel is what they always have, doctors always have us use on umbilical cords because it helps naturally dry up the umbilical cord, right, to help promote it to fall off. So again, seems natural that you would use witch hazel. I will say I don't get the overwhelming smell of witch hazel though. Sometimes that smell can be very overwhelming. This does not smell like that. It's just a very clean smell. But yeah, that would make complete sense that witch hazel is one of your main ingredients in this because you're trying to, right, control or dry up that excessive sweating. So this is the maximum protection or maximum strength. You've got your roller ball here, and then go ahead, just a little firm push, but you can see that it's coated lightly in the solution or in the SweatBlock solution. So you would just go ahead and just make sure that you rub this, roll this along your armpits, right, under both arms. And then you are to let it air dry for 5 minutes. So just, do your little walk around, right, hold your arms up for about 5 minutes, let it air dry, and then you can go to bed. And then in the morning, this is important, in the morning, go ahead, either shower once again or use the washcloth and wash it off. And that's it. So just once every 7 days. And actually, I'm sure that they have, like I said, I have 20 some years, 25 years ago, a good college friend who had been using a medicated deodorant that helped, just like SweatBlock, right, control that excessive sweating. And it totally helped. I imagine, as most medical stuff and pharmaceutical stuff and those kind of things, right? Cosmetic stuff, beauty stuff tends to do over years, especially over 25 years, that it has improved. So I'm super excited about this. Again, this has been recommended by a friend, so we're excited to see how it works. We'll come back with a follow-up, just kind of feedback from what we hear from my son. But yeah, if you have a teenager, or if you yourself, or you're an adult who suffers from excessive sweating, or maybe you're just somebody who works out a ton, you just don't want to have those sweat stains, right? Be dripping in sweats, or you work outside construction, or you're just on the go a lot, right? And you don't want to have those embarrassing pit marks. Use this. Again, it's SweatBlock. This is their maximum protection, and you use it once every 7 days. Make sure that you don't have any skin irritations, and that you wash or shower before using. Make sure it's completely dry. Roll it on, air dry for 5 minutes, go to bed, and then wash it off in the morning, and you're good to go. This will surely help. Check it out.